together before the end of 2019. How time flies, but we're really looking forward to 2020. We have a lot of great things in store. We've got some things that we know are going to help you immensely, that are going to tie into the mental skills, and we're going to talk a lot about how we continue to develop our on-court personality. So enjoy these plays. Have a great New Year. Know that we really appreciate each and every one of you. Stay in touch because we know 2020 will be a great year. Houston, Washington, has to do with managing the shot clock. Remember, we talked a lot about clocks. Be aware. So watch as the clock goes down as we're running this play, and know where the ball is and what's going on when it gets to 10, penetration. And there's a shot where the ball hits the board, and we have a potential reset or not. Okay, now, number one, we have to have the information. We have to know whether or not the ball hit the rim. In this case, it did not. And when we're sure of the information, we move on to the next play. Okay? Try to avoid going to the monitor. I know that most of you don't have a monitor. Reconstruct, have the information, move on to the next play. Okay? Everybody should be aware of the clock at this point and know whether or not we had a reset. And so lead is in rotation. And you're going to see an action by the defender, which is rather overt. First the lock, and then the leverage, and then the throwdown, which, add them all up, is clearly a flagrant one. And obviously, whatever level you're working, you know that this is going to be beyond a common foul. Back to the Rainbow Classic here. Our friend Darren George, who's a great friend of Court Club, working. And we'll see a play here where there's a defensive run out on the way for a fast break. And we see a defender grabs an opponent to prevent a score. It's clearly a strategic play, not just an accidental common foul. So, college game, flagrant one. Unnecessary, excessive, and in the high school game, it's an intentional foul and should be treated as such. Here, and we're going to see some post action. You're going to see a double team on the post. So we'd like to have a good coverage here, but possibly even a rotation here when you have that many people over on the strong side. Now the ball comes back in the corner. Now, your judgment has to be here, is this a intentional action? Is this something that is beyond the normal scope? Okay, so does this fit in the college game, flagrant one? It certainly looks that way. It certainly looks like unnecessary and excessive. And then certainly in the high school game, will this fit intentional? But, the action, we could certainly even possibly get some help from the trail official here also. Rainbow, and we're going to see a play where it happens very often. We want to know the basics of why we call this play. So we got a little screening, a lot of movement offensively, and we'll drive through the lane. Here's the key: the right arm goes extended, the wrist goes beyond the elbow. Initiating contact in the midsection of the defender. Wrist behind elbow, red flag, offensive foul. Texas Stanford, and we have our friend Lisa Jones here in the lead position. And drive, hand on ball, players return to floor. Okay, now just going to go review here, Court Club. Hand on ball means that we can have jump ball, or if the ball comes loose, we can have play on, but we cannot have, I repeat, travel. So the player goes up and there's hand on ball, that travel is not an option, right? Just so we know that. So in this case, obviously, there's hand on ball. And then notice how Lisa projects here. Really good strength and very believable signals.